In this video, we're talking about the differences between ISTJs and INTJs. I want to give you some insights into the cognitive functions using the RPG, the role-playing game model, because it's more fun. That's why. What's up, legend? It's Sherman here from Geek Psychology, where I help geeks, gamers, and creatives to have more confidence and motivation through leveraging and understanding their personality type, because that is a game changer. If you know why you do the things that you do and your approach to life and where your focus is and your strengths and some of your weaknesses too, like what stresses you out, what happens when you hit your limit and you just your life is going the wrong direction, or you kind of act outside of your normal class, well, then you gain more control over your life, and then you can take actions that are better suited to bring you into a positive future. Right? So in this video, we're talking specifically about ISTJs and INTJs. ISTJs, I call the strategizing guardian, and the INTJs, I call the strategizing mystic. So right there, just with the language that I've chosen to use to express these, you kind of get a glimpse into the archetype of that personality type. And these are general kind of behaviors that come about through the way that your focus is and the kind of information that you prefer and how you make decisions based on that. But as ITJs, ISTJs, INTJs both use the same deciding function, the same judging function, which is extroverted thinking, introverted feeling. We're not going to talk about that in this video because those are the same. Yes, they do come about in a different blend, in a different style a little bit. Because of the focus being different. So I want to talk specifically about the focus. All right. So the guardian versus the mystic. That's the two different character classes. Okay. The guardian is for ISTJs. INTJs is the mystic. So as you can imagine, a guardian is more about being cautious, about being meticulous, about being dutiful, about the lessons learned from the past. Maybe flashbacks and deja vu and kind of reverie, going into the past and pulling from those past experiences to implement them into the now and the future, as well as a lot of guardians look towards authority, right? Whose word can I trust here? Who is going to give the best advice? How much time and energy have they spent digging into this topic, because they're going to have more information and references to pull from, and thus more stability or consistency is expected from there. So the approach for Guardian is stabilizing. This is about referencing the past to create or maintain consistency or stability. If you can pull those insights from the past and you know what to expect now and into the future, then you are going to be protected. You're going to be safe. You're going to know what to expect by looking through hindsight, essentially. And so that brings us into the mystic. Okay, the mystic is more about tapping into the unconscious mind, the focus, being insightful, looking for the signs and the symbols within the unconscious mind. As well as going into this kind of meditative state to access all of your brain at the same time, sift through it and pull out an insight, kind of scrying for clarity. Okay. And so the approach for the mystic is about tapping into the unconscious mind and referring to that, accessing the unconscious mind and symbolism for guidance. And so you can imagine now that this is more of a future-focused style, okay? It's looking to where things are going to go. Sometimes it can look into the past, but it's kind of got a different blend on that. It's kind of like, why did this shape this perspective on the issue right now? Or why are mice shaped like this? And you can kind of, not like squeaky mouse mice, or Mickey Mouse mice, but a mouse, computer mouse. why is it shaped like this? Where did it come about? What were the inventions that kind of came into play to make it into this thing now? And where is that going to go into the future, especially with technology? Kind of future pacing, future casting, where things are going with technology into the future is something that INTJs tend to gravitate towards. And that's because these are the strategizing mystics. And technologies are not necessarily just actual, mechanical technologies, but it's also like tools and mindsets and those perspectives and things that they can use to look into the future and say, where is this going to go? And kind of what is the process going to be? How are things going to adapt and change and shift if I put it in a different frame? If I look at the content and put a different context around it, then I'm going to have a different understanding. Like if somebody yells fire, okay, that could be a sign that they're shooting a gun, right? At a what are those called? The little discus things. It could be that they're in a crowded theater and they want everybody to get out. It could be a lot of different things. It could be we've successfully created fire. Fire, great. Let's roast some marshmallows. It can be all sorts of different things, but it depends on the context. Right? The content, the word itself is the same. And so these visioning mystics, the strategizing mystics, often look at that as the way of determining their focus. And another way that you can kind of understand and wrap your mind around these two different types, the ISTJ and the INTJ, is what happens when they hit their limit. I call the inferior function, the aspirational function as well, the limit. So it is something that consciously limits you, as well as if you can work around or surpass your limit, then your life is completely changed, and hopefully for the better. But also it's kind of like a limit break thing. Like when all the things are going bad and you just like, I'm so stressed out, you hit your limit and you kind of flip to another character type. So the ISTJs go from stabilizing to innovating. Which is about thinking outside the box and generating new possibilities. And so ISTJs, ISFJs as well, tend to just like, I don't know anymore. I'm going to create a new context. I'm going to just do a bunch of stuff that's going to be different. I'm going to create a new structure essentially for my life. I need to change something. I need to innovate. Take this thing. Let's just jam it together and go. A lot of times that can come out through like, just leaving, going on a vacation or something like that, or getting married suddenly, or unearthing your backyard and planting a bunch of new trees or something like that. Like, I just need to make a change with whatever is going on, quitting your job suddenly, those kind of things. And INTJs go from visioning to engaging. They go from a mystic to an adventurer. You're just like, I'm just going to jump in with all my senses. You use all your senses to act and immerse yourself in that situation immediately. It's like now. I don't care about the stuff in the future. Now I want to turn all my senses and experiences up to 11 and just like let loose, right? Physically let loose. And this can come out as like indulging, or even sometimes going the complete opposite of like, I'm just not going to let my body be in contact with anything. But that's kind of like on a doubling down on the mystic aspect of things. And this can come out in things like indulging, just, too much sex, drugs, rock and roll, or whatever you're into. I don't know. Too much working out, perhaps. Just getting into your body in an unhealthy way. And some of that's, it's good as a way of all of these. The limit is good as a way of like kind of relieving a lot of stress quickly, but you want to be in control of that. As an INTJ, you still want to be able to predict what's going to happen and see where things are going so that you can protect yourself from kind of bad energies and bad situations and things like that coming in. But you don't want to just always do that, and you don't want to switch instantly to the adventurer and just let it go. You want to be in control of that. For an ISTJ, you want to be able to bring in this exploring, innovating kind of aspect of yourself, but you want to do it on your own terms. You don't want it to just happen, right? And that's the biggest benefit of personality type, is knowing these keys and these aspects of yourself. And if you want to know more about personality type, for your personality type, you can check out the links in the sides, or you can go to the link, the description down below, sign up for a strategy call, and we can see how we can work together to improve your life, to have more confidence, motivation, to have more understanding of yourself so that you can calibrate and adjust your life appropriately. And what was something that I said in this video that like really stood out to you as like, oh, that's an insight, that's an important detail that maybe I've been missing in my life? Down there. Let me know down below in the comments. Let everybody know. Share it, give it to everybody else. Like, share, subscribe as well. Do all that good stuff. Keep up the lifelong questing. Good luck, have fun. Peace.